Hi, I'm Dorothy. At 62 years old, I never imagined I'd be telling you a story about how my own family tried to kill me for money. It started 3 months ago when my late husband, Richard's estate, finally cleared probate. $30 million. I still remember the day my lawyer called. Dorothy, are you sitting down? Mr. Patterson's voice crackled through the phone. I'm fine. Just tell me, I said, stirring my coffee. The estate has been settled. You're inheriting $30,200,000. I nearly dropped my mug. I don't even know what to say. We'll schedule a meeting next week to discuss investment options. That evening, my son Mark came over with his wife Vanessa. They'd been married 2 years, and I'd never quite warmed to her. Something about the way her smile never reached her eyes. Mom, we heard the news! Mark hugged me tight. I'm so happy for you. Vanessa's hug was stiff. Congratulations, Dorothy. That's quite a windfall. Your father worked 40 years to build that wealth. Of course. Vanessa sat on my couch. So, what are your plans? Traveling? I haven't decided. Maybe I'll donate some to charity. Help Mark with... We don't need charity, Mother, Mark interrupted, glancing at Vanessa. Vanessa's smile was tight. This is your money. You should enjoy it. Actually, I was thinking of setting up trust funds for future grandchildren. We're not having kids, Vanessa cut in sharply, then softer. Children aren't for us. Mark looked uncomfortable. Van, we haven't completely decided. Yes, we have. Over the next few weeks, Vanessa's visits increased. She dropped by with questions about my finances, my will. Have you updated your estate planning? She asked one afternoon. Not yet. Why? With this much money, you need proper documentation. What if something happened to you? I'm healthy as a horse. Still, she leaned forward. Mark is your only child. It would all go to him, right? I studied her face. Eventually. But I plan on living another 30 years. Her smile faltered. Of course. I just meant, it's important to have things in order. My friend Sarah noticed, too. She lived next door and had known me for 20 years. That woman gives me the creeps, Sarah said over tea one morning. She's always asking about your money. I know. Mark seems blind to it. Love makes people stupid. Sarah squeezed my hand. Just be careful, Dot. People do crazy things for that kind of money. The night before the crash, Mark called me, his voice strained. Mom, can we talk? What's wrong, honey? It's Vanessa. She's been acting strange. Making phone calls and hanging up when I enter the room. Have you asked her about it? She says I'm paranoid. He paused. Mom, I found papers about life insurance policies. Yours. My blood ran cold. What kind of papers? I don't know. She snatched them away, told me to mind my own business. Mark, that's not normal. I know. I love her, Mom. But something feels wrong. Come over tomorrow. We'll talk about this properly. Okay. Don't mention this to Vanessa, please. I won't. I love you, Mark. Love you too, Mom. The next morning, I was driving to my lawyer's office when my brakes failed on the mountain road. I remember pumping the pedal, nothing happening, the guardrail rushing toward me. Then darkness. I woke up in the hospital 2 days later. Sarah was there, tears streaming down her face. Oh, thank God, she sobbed. I thought you were dead. What happened? Your car went off Ridgemont Pass. You rolled 3 times. The doctors said it's a miracle you survived. Detective Harrison entered my room. He was tall with graying temples and sharp eyes. Mrs. Fletcher, I'm glad you're awake. I need to ask you about your accident. It wasn't an accident, I said. My brakes failed. We know. Our mechanic examined your car. He pulled out a notebook. Mrs. Fletcher, your brake lines were cut, deliberately. This was attempted murder. Sarah gasped. Detective Harrison watched my reaction carefully. Who would want to hurt you, Mrs. Fletcher? I told him everything. About the inheritance, Vanessa's questions, Mark's phone call. We'll investigate thoroughly. Stay somewhere safe. Don't tell anyone where you are. She can stay with me, Sarah offered. After the detective left, Sarah helped me to her house. That evening, Mark called, frantic. Sarah, have you heard from my mother? She was supposed to meet me. Sarah looked at me. I nodded. Mark, she's here. She's okay. What? What happened? Can I come over? Come alone, I said, taking the phone. Don't tell Vanessa. 20 minutes later, Mark burst through Sarah's door and wrapped me in a careful hug. Mom, what happened? Sit down, Mark. We need to talk. His face fell when I told him about the cut brake lines. No, that's impossible. Vanessa wouldn't what? I asked. Wouldn't try to kill me for $30 million? She's my wife. And I'm your mother. My voice rose. Mark, open your eyes. She's been asking about my money since day one. You said she was acting suspicious. That doesn't mean she's a murderer. He stood up, pacing. You're just prejudiced against her. Sarah stepped in. Mark, honey, sit down. Let's talk calmly. There's nothing to talk about. Based on evidence, Detective Harrison said from the doorway. We all jumped. May I come in? Sarah nodded, and he entered with another officer. Mr. Fletcher, we've been investigating your wife. We pulled her phone records and financial transactions. This is harassment. This is a murder investigation. Harrison's voice was steel. 2 weeks ago, your wife contacted a mechanic named Danny Russo, known for illegal modifications. They met 3 times. Mark's face went white. That doesn't prove anything. She paid him $15,000 in cash from a bank account you didn't know about. Harrison showed him statements. Mr. Russo is willing to make a deal. What kind of deal? I asked. He cuts the brake lines, she pays him. After your death, she inherits through your son, then files for divorce and takes half. Harrison looked at Mark. Your wife was planning to kill your mother and leave you. Mark's legs gave out. He collapsed into a chair. I can't believe. She showed you who she was. You just didn't want to see it, I said softly. We need your help, Harrison continued. Your wife thinks Dorothy is dead. We haven't released any information yet. Use it how? Sarah asked. Let Vanessa think she succeeded. See what she does next. It helps our case. Mark looked up, his eyes red. You want me to lie to my wife? We want you to help catch your mother's would-be killer, Harrison said bluntly. Mark looked at me, then nodded. Tell me what to do. Go home. Act devastated. Don't tell her Dorothy survived. We'll be monitoring everything. After they left, I broke down. Sarah held me while I cried. The next day, Detective Harrison returned with recordings. Mark had worn a wire. We listened as he told Vanessa I was dead. Her reaction chilled me. Oh, Mark. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, baby. But there was no shock in her voice, just practiced sympathy. The police called. Mark's voice shook. Her car went off the road. They found it this morning. That's terrible. Do they know what happened? Brake failure. She went right through the guardrail. A pause. Then, these things happen. Old cars, you know. Mom was meticulous about car maintenance. Well, obviously not meticulous enough. Her tone turned soothing. Come here, baby. I can't believe she's gone. I know it's hard. But Mark, your mother lived a full life. And now you'll inherit everything. We'll be set for life. Vanessa, my mother just died. I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a silver lining. Your mother would want you to be happy, right? The recording ended. I felt sick. She's a monster, Sarah whispered. Detective Harrison nodded grimly. We got her meeting with the mechanic on camera. She paid him the rest, another $15,000. We have her on conspiracy to commit murder. When do we move? I asked. Tomorrow. We'll arrest her at your son's home. He smiled grimly. I think you should be there when we do. The next morning, I stood on my son's porch with Detective Harrison and 3 officers. My arm was still in a sling. Ready? Harrison asked. I nodded. He rang the doorbell. Vanessa opened the door dressed in black. Mourning clothes. Her face went from practiced sadness to absolute horror when she saw me. She screamed, No, you're supposed to be... Dead? I finished. Sorry to disappoint you, Vanessa. Dorothy, I don't understand. Mark said you died. Strange thing to assume. Detective Harrison said. Why would you think she died before any official notification? Mark told me. Mark appeared behind her, his face cold. I told you what the police told me to tell you. You failed. She survived. Failed? What are you talking about? We know everything, I said. Danny Russo talked. The cut brake lines, the $15,000 down payment, the plan to inherit my money, then divorce Mark. That's insane! I would never… Vanessa Russo, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder, Harrison interrupted, pulling out handcuffs. No! This is a mistake! She turned to Mark desperately. Baby, please! Tell them this is crazy! I love you! You love her money, Mark said quietly. That's all you ever loved. That's not true! I was trying to protect you. Protect me from what? She was going to cut you out of the will. I saw the paperwork. The officers moved forward, but I held up my hand. You saw wrong. I was updating my will to set up trust funds for future grandchildren. Your children. If you hadn't decided you didn't want kids. I laughed bitterly. You didn't want to share the inheritance, did you? Vanessa's face twisted. You never liked me, from day one. I gave you every chance, but you proved me right. I did this for us, she screamed at Mark. For our future. We already had everything, Mark said, his voice breaking. We had love. We had family. But you wanted more, and you were willing to kill for it. Mark, please, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. A mistake? I stepped closer. Hiring a criminal to cut my brake lines wasn't a mistake. It was premeditated murder. You planned this for weeks. You watched me drive away that morning knowing I'd probably die. Tears streamed down her face, but not of remorse, of being caught. I'm sorry, Dorothy. I was desperate. I have gambling debts. Stop lying, Mark shouted. Every word is a lie. Harrison moved in with the handcuffs. Vanessa grabbed my good arm. Please, I'll do anything. I'll confess. You're alive. No harm done, right? I pulled away. No harm done? I have 3 cracked ribs, a broken arm, and a concussion. I rolled down a mountain. I could have died. I'm sorry. I'll make it right. There is no making this right. My voice was ice. You tried to murder me for money. There's no apology big enough for that. No forgiveness possible. You're going to prison for a very long time. You can't do this. Mark, we're family. Mark turned away. We're nothing. My lawyer will have divorce papers filed by end of day. No, Mark, I love you. But he walked back into the house. Vanessa struggled as Harrison cuffed her. This isn't over. Your lawyer will tell you to take a plea deal, Harrison said. We have everything. The mechanic's testimony, the money trail, your phone records. You're done. As they led her to the patrol car, she turned back, her face contorted with rage. I should have cut your throat instead of your brake lines. The officers shoved her into the car. Harrison shook his head. That was a confession, and we got it all on body camera. I watched the car drive away. It's over, Dot, Sarah said. Not yet, I said. Not until she's convicted. The trial took 6 months. Danny Russo testified in exchange for a reduced sentence. She approached me at a bar, he said on the stand. Told me she needed brake lines cut. Said it was her abusive mother-in-law. And you believed her? The prosecutor asked. I believed the 15 grand. Another 15 when the job was done. He looked at me. I'm sorry, ma'am. No, it doesn't, I said clearly. Vanessa's lawyer tried to argue diminished capacity, financial desperation, even claiming Mark pressured her. Mark testified against that. My wife acted alone. I knew nothing. I was kept in the dark because she knew I'd never agree to hurting my mother. But you'd stand to inherit her money, the defense attorney pressed. My mother is 62 and healthy. I expected her to live another 30 years. I didn't need an inheritance. I needed my mother. His voice broke. Vanessa took that security from both of us. When Vanessa took the stand, she tried charm first. I made terrible choices. I was scared, but I never meant for anyone to get hurt. You cut brake lines on a mountain road, the prosecutor interrupted. What did you think would happen? I thought maybe she'd just have to get them repaired. You paid $30,000 to sabotage a vehicle. You researched the mechanic. You met with him 3 times. This was planned, wasn't it? No, I mean, yes, but not to kill her. The prosecutor showed photos of my wrecked car, the guardrail, the steep drop. Does this look like a scare tactic? Vanessa burst into tears. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. The jury deliberated for 4 hours, guilty on all counts. At sentencing, Vanessa tried one more time. Your Honor, I'd like to address Mrs. Fletcher. The judge nodded, and Vanessa turned to me. Dorothy, I know I can't undo what I did, but I'm begging you to show mercy. Write a letter to the judge. I'm still young. I can change. Please, for Mark's sake. I stood up. For Mark's sake? You used my son. You manipulated him, planned to steal from him after murdering his mother. You don't get to invoke his name now. Please. No. My voice rang through the courtroom. You tried to kill me, not in passion, not in self-defense. You planned it, executed it, and would have succeeded if I hadn't been lucky. You showed me no mercy when I was rolling down that mountain. Why would I show you any now? Because I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. I turned to the judge. Your Honor, I ask that you sentence her to the maximum penalty. This woman is dangerous, manipulative, and without remorse. The judge sentenced her to 25 years without possibility of parole for 15. As they led her away, she screamed at me. I hope you choke on that money. It already has, I called back. It brought me you. Afterward, Mark and I sat in Sarah's living room. How are you holding up? Sarah asked. I don't know. Relieved? Guilty? He looked at me. Mom, I'm so sorry. I should have seen it. You did protect me. You wore that wire. You testified. You chose me. I chose right over wrong. Sometimes that's the same thing. We sat in silence. Then Mark asked the question I knew was coming. What are you going to do with the money? I'm setting up a foundation for domestic violence survivors. Something good should come from this. Dad would like that. And I'm setting up a trust fund for your future children with the right partner. Mark laughed wetly. That's going to be a while. I need therapy before I date again. Take all the time you need. I squeezed his hand. We've got nothing but time now. Sarah raised her teacup. To survived attempts, failed conspiracies, and family that actually means something. We clinked cups, and for the first time in months, I felt at peace. Some people say I should have forgiven Vanessa, but this wasn't about anger. It was about justice, about consequences, about refusing to let someone who tried to murder me walk free because she cried in court. Vanessa gambled with my life for money. She lost, and sometimes people need to face the full weight of their choices without redemption, without second chances they haven't earned. I'm alive. She's in prison. And that's exactly how it should be. So, what would you do if someone you trusted tried to take everything from you, including your life? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story of justice served, hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories of people who stood up, fought back, and won.